is here. We have Coach Jay Wright, Colin Gillespie, Caleb Daniels, and Brandon Slater. And again, please give us a chance to get the microphone to you so we have remote ASAP, so appreciate it.
Hoops is in the house. All the celebrities are here. Len Robbins. Wow, I don't get to see these guys. This is cool. A lot of credit to St. John's. I mean, it's no surprise to us. I mean, we weren't disappointed in our play at all. If you watched them last night, watched them the last couple games, they're playing great basketball. It's a credit to Mike. Get this team playing the way they are. I thought of all the, yesterday there's a lot of great games, and we said this as a team, of all the games yesterday, and everybody played well. We thought St. John's played the best yesterday of anybody, so we knew coming into this game it was going to be this kind of game, and they were really good, and we just toughed it out, and upperclassmen down the stretch. Colin making some big plays. Slate was great. Caleb hit some big shots, and just proud of these guys.
In the back, Zach.
Jay, how significant was it that Posh got into foul trouble? They had that big lead, and once he got in foul trouble, they started turning it over. Just how significant do you think that was in the game?
He's a big part of what they do. He's a really unique player. At another time, you could talk about how Mike uses him. It's brilliant. He's not just a point guard. He plays like a point guard, power forward. He does everything. So he's a big part of their team. I thought that was really, really big. However, when he came back with 4 fouls, he played just as aggressively. I think he drew 2 charges, and it's pretty amazing how physically he played with 4 fouls, and he made it tough on us.
Okay, we're going second right here.
Brandon, how did you feel in that last shot, the last few moments of the game, seconds of the game?
We work on free throws every day in practice, so when I step into the line, my teammates and my coaches, they was just telling me, hey, we do this every single day. So they gave me that confidence, and then I was able to knock it down.
Right here, Juan.
Coach, coming into this game, were you concerned about the fact that St. John's had many close losses this year, and maybe they were playing, playing for their lives, pretty much?
Yeah, I mean, yes, but mostly, honestly, we've watched them their last few games, and when we played them here, we won by 3 or 6, and Posh didn't play, and Champagne was hurt in the game. So this league this year, you can tell it by all the games. We all know this isn't like there's one team that's dominant. I mean, Providence is the 1 seed. You saw that today. None of us are surprised by this. That's what's great about this tournament this year. And I think if you look at the tournaments across the country, you can see the crowds here. You can see the intensity here. It's on a whole nother level. This conference is as good as it's ever been this year, and we just knew that St. John's was really good. We weren't down. We weren't disappointed in how we played at halftime, down 7. We just said, this is what it is. We know they're good.
In the middle. Right there.
Jay, that first half is probably not what you wanted. What do you got to do tomorrow to not let that happen again?
Well, part of it was St. John's was really good defensively. The other part of it was we didn't know Jermaine wasn't going to play until 10 minutes before the game. He came out of warm-ups, his back locked up, and then we didn't know if Eric was going to be able to play because he was thrown up all day, So we kind of just got out of sync a little bit, but you got to give the credit to St. John's. I mean, they got in us, and we just didn't execute well in the first half. So I think getting a game under our belt is going to help us a lot, and figuring out, with Jermaine and Eric, at least going into the game knowing who you have, I think will help.
Brandon, it's easy to practice every day, but you do it in an empty gym or practice all the time. 17,000 people here watching. How do you kind of steel yourself and your nerves you might have if you had it?
So I probably will say it again, though. We do it in practice, but we put pressure on ourselves to make it like a game rep every single time in practice. So that pressure that we have in practice in the summertime and then fall, and then when we get into the season, we already have built those reps, and then we literally do it every single day in practice. So, there you go.
Okay, we really need to get the questions on the microphone. We're going to Mike Jensen over there, and then we're going to Billy.
Jay, how hard were you trying not to play Jermaine? What were you thinking? When did you decide, okay, let's do this?
No, I wasn't, Mike. They told me, you know, he said, I can't play. The trainer said he can't move. So he didn't even come out for the start of the game. He wasn't on the bench at the beginning of the game. So we were just ready to go without him, you know. And then he just appeared on the bench. I don't know what the time was, but whenever he appeared, I just put him in the game. And we said, let's just see what he looks like. He didn't look great early. He was a little shaky early, but he kept saying, I'm good, I'm good. I thought by halftime, I thought he looked normal. He was really good in the second half. It's just one of those bizarre things. You know, I wish I had a better answer, but that's what it was. No, it just happened when he appeared, you know, when he got there. Because he wasn't, as soon as I saw him on the bench, I put him in.
Billy, right here.
Caleb, what allows this group to just, when you're having a first half like tonight, to just be able to figure it out?
I mean, we practice situations like this. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, we practice situations like this every day, and to be honest, we have a love for each other, so we know like we're gonna fight for each other. Every possession, one possession at a time, one stop at a time, and we're just gonna gut it out each and every game. So that's pretty much the answer to that.
Len, last question.
Is there like a figuring it out thing? Like, I mean, communicating with each other and trying to identify, okay, what's going wrong here? What do we need to do better?
I mean, of course, throughout the game, we figure out what we need to do better coming out the second half, but mainly it's just us keeping a great attitude and just taking it possession by possession. We know we can't get it all back in one possession, so we just keep a great attitude, keep it going one by one stop at a time.
All right, we're doing two more, Lenny and then Terry.
Colin first, but if the other guys want to weigh in on, that's fine. I don't know if you can ever feel comfortable playing in these kind of games, but because of the way you guys play, the number of times you've been in these kind of games, do you think you're as comfortable as any team in the country can be in these kind of games, in these kind of situations?
I think that's kind of stuff that we work on every day in practice, game situations, and our white team in practice does a great job of preparing us each and every day for each game. They push us and make us better in practices, but I think it's just something that this group has dealt with all year. We've been in tough situations, and I think we learned from tougher situations and just stuck together through it all.
Last one, Terry.
Colin, you guys didn't have any points in the paint in the first half. Was that discussed at halftime, and was it a point of emphasis to attack the rim in the second half?
We talked about it a little bit, just staying under control when we got in there and pivoting and just making solid decisions, whether it was go to the rim or kick it out and make an extra pass. But, yeah, we talked about it a little bit.
Villanova, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
You good? They might. Okay, we have a note here, since what we call reconfiguration, which is the quote new league, this was the largest lead overcome to win a Big East tournament game. I think it was 17 points was the biggest deficit in the game. By Villanova. I'm sorry, but this is just by Villanova. I'm sorry, just by Villanova. Villanova in a tournament game? St. John's is here. Julianne Champagny, Steph Smith, Coach Mike Anderson.
You gotta excuse our guys. It's a real emotional locker room there, and you can understand why. A lot of our guys left their heart, guts, and everything on the floor, and just came up a little short. You know, congrats to Nova. They hung in there and hung in there, and obviously, I guess their experience kicked in gear at the end. But I thought our guys. Defensively, I thought we were there, and we know lead against a Villanova team in the second half, they're gonna make a run. They've been there, they've done that, and but even with that being said, as we had an opportunity to make some plays, we didn't, and they made some plays at the end. But again, I got a hurt locker room in there, and. But I can't say enough. I love those guys, love each and every one of them. I thought, again, they brought it. They brought it. And if you watch this team just kind of grow over the whole season, you saw a team that probably could and should have been in NCAA. But this was our ticket to get in there. So with that being said, we'll just go for some questions from now.
In the back, Zach.
Mike, how significant was Pasha's foul trouble? And he got that second late in the first half that looked like a charge. How much do you think him being on the bench changed the game?
That I thought it had an effect, but I thought we had some guys came in and gave us some significant minutes. But it did have an effect from the standpoint of even coming out in the second half. How he's going to play when he pick up the third one now. Then you get the fourth one. So. But I was proud of the other guys. I thought Steph, guys came off the bench. Steph came in and gave us some great minutes. Dylan did as well. We just started doing some things by committee.
Right here on the left.
As for Coach and the players, coaches, you touched upon this season and that this was the ticket in. Just what you can say about this entire season as you look back on it, the fight and these players, and to you guys, just what you could say about leading the majority of the game and what it all came down to.
Well, I'll start it off. It was a team that I said it had a lot of question marks, and we had to find some answers. And through practices and through games, we found some of the answers, and some of the answers were we didn't come together quicker. I wish we would have came together a lot quicker in terms of guys understanding their roles. But like everyone else. You had COVID, you got 9 new players, you got guys injured, you had guys, Jules had surgery before the season, Dylan had surgery, didn't even go into the off season. I mean, he didn't even go to the fall practices. So we just had a lot of things that took place, adversity and of course. But I thought guys still stayed true to who they are. They worked every day and got better. We had a lot of games that, came down to a play here and a play there, just like tonight. The thing I was really disappointed tonight more so is the free throw line discrepancy. That took place at here, and then it took place at their place. I thought our defense was pretty good, and that's the difference in the free throw line tonight.
Roger.
I have one for each player. Julian, you're okay to take a question? You know, can you sort of describe for us having played so hard and having come up just so short at the end, like, what are the emotions like? Can you describe them at all?
I mean, I think everybody in here can see our faces. It's a rough one. I feel like the guys, we gave it our all, and I think we deserve to go out like this. I feel like we played hard, and I wouldn't change it for nothing. The guys, we played hard today. We came out, we executed on defense, even on offense. It's a hard one, to say the least. It's hard.
And Steph, as you saw things, during you guys led by 17, but you guys put it together to get the lead back with a couple of minutes left. At that point, are you feeling like you guys found yourself and it's going to go your way?
No, not necessarily, because like Coach said, there's been a lot of these type of games where it's close and it just comes down to one play, that changes the outcome of a win or loss. So when it comes down to that, we're not really thinking about that. We're just thinking about how we can make that one extra play, and we came up short today. We didn't do that.
St. John's, last question right here.
Mike, the play at the end of the first half with Posh, seemed that you were pretty adamant or upset on the bench about it. Do you get an explanation on why that was a block instead of a charge?
Because it was a charge. I mean, it was a charge. That's what it was. And so that's why I'll say on that. That's why I got excited about it. I guess I got excited about it. So.
St. John's, thank you.